Heading out into the blue was yesterday. Modern sailors use a forecast app designed especially for water sports. Wind speeds and directions are forecast for this lake every hour. It's all right there on your smartphone.
I can use the app to find out if a storm might be approaching or if the wind will change suddenly. And that allows me to adapt when I'm out sailing. So I'm very grateful for the app.
Weather stations provide the basis for the forecasts with information like wind speed, humidity, and temperature. Dennis Schulze draws on 15,000 stations around the world. He's the chief operating officer at Meteo Group, a big player in the weather forecast business. By providing forecasts up to 28 days in advance, they're attracting more and more customers from the private sector. But they tend to be demanding and liable to change providers at short notice.
If you're using it professionally, the quality of the forecast is crucial. You can't just provide a standard forecast like in the media. It has to be tailored to the area the customer is working in. Snowplow operators don't just need air temperatures. They want the temperature and the conditions of the road.
The sweep of a hand traces a line across the screen. That's the latest trick in presenting the weather. Meteo Group provides the software. Egyptian television is among the customers. Clients are no longer satisfied with weather details alone. The demand for more elaborate means of presentation is growing fast.
With the media and consumer markets, it's very important to make sure the design is right and that it's nice to use. It's important that it's interactive on today's television. And the same goes for smartphones and tablet computers with touch-screen controls. Anything else just won't sell.
The shift to renewable energy in Germany won't work without precise weather forecasts. The power generated when the wind's blowing and the sun's shining can be putting a critical load on the electricity grid.
We think that short-term forecasts, a few hours in advance, would be helpful in allowing the necessary steps to be taken to protect systems.
Every 2 out of 3 days, the potential is there for an overload of the grid. If that's the case, the operators of conventional power stations have to reduce the output. Precise forecasts, like for wind speed, enable much better preparation and reduce the risk of power cuts. The sailors have returned home. Their sailing trip ended sooner than planned. The wind dropped off faster than the app had predicted.
I'd say it works about 90% of the time. Weather is always changing. Everybody knows about wrong weather forecasts. And the app isn't so completely new that it can predict the weather perfectly. But it definitely covers our needs as sailors.
The app costs around €2. 1.5 million people have downloaded it so far.